No one is perfect, and everyone is prone to making mistakes. This same principle can be applied to institutions such as universities. Though university may overall be doing a great job educating students and preparing them for careers, no university is perfect and can always be improved. One of the most crucial areas to make improvements is the structure of classes and the methods being used to teach students. After all, despite some occasional evidence to the contrary, the primary reason for students to attend college is to learn. First and foremost, determining a student's grade in a course based solely on a series of exams is detrimental to the learning process. According to Ken Robinson, standardized tests have a place, but they should not be the dominant culture of education. Though exams can be used to assess learning, generally they teach students to memorize information, often in a relatively brief cram session, and then regurgitate it onto the test, whether through multiple choice or analysis questions. Either way, tests usually only prepare students to briefly learn information, utilize it in the way the professor wants, and then forget about it forever. Personally, I'm currently taking a class where my final grade is based solely on my performance on 4 multiple choice exams, one of which is the final. Each one has the same format, and I've studied for each one by memorizing information in the 3 or 4 days leading up to the exam, with the sole goal of remembering enough of the information to score well on the test. While I have certainly learned from this class, I haven't learned as much as I have in other classes where tests aren't the sole determining factor. One of the classes that I have learned the most from and enjoyed the most combines exams with essays, literature reviews, and in-class discussions and debates. What makes this class successful over the other, in my opinion, is the variety of ways in which we engage with the material. Though there are still tests to help determine our final grade, they aren't the sole focus of the class. Instead of just focusing on tests, courses should contain a variety of different assignments to make students think about the material in different ways and learn from their experiences with it, rather than just memorizing facts to spout off on a test. As alluded to before, implementing more creative projects that allow for some personalization throughout the semester would greatly help improve student learning. As Ken Bain, author of the book What the Best College Students Do, stated, people are most likely to take a deep approach to their learning when they are trying to answer questions or solve problems that they have come to regard as important, intriguing, or just beautiful. Students are likely to put more effort into a project that they find interesting rather than boring, and more likely to ask questions and search harder for answers, thus facilitating deeper learning. More freedom on projects also allows for students to emphasize their different strengths. Some students may be more effective when writing an essay, while others might gain more meaning from making a video or an art project. Therefore, allowing students to choose their own topic or method of delivery would increase interest and yield more productive learning. Additionally, placing less focus on a student's specific grade in a course would make them more likely to ask questions and take risks that would lead to more beneficial learning. Alfie Kohn, in his article The Case Against Grades, argues, impress upon students that what they're doing will count toward their grade, and their response will likely to be avoid taking any unnecessary intellectual risks. I have personally been guilty before of taking the easy way out on an assignment and not challenging myself in order to guarantee a good grade. Overemphasizing the importance of grades, as with relying only on tests to determine them, causes students to avoid challenging themselves for fear of receiving a bad grade if they don't succeed. Though it would be impossible to eliminate grades completely, students could compile a portfolio of their projects throughout the semester to present at the end, thus having their final grade be determined by the progress they made throughout the entire course. Additionally, professors could provide individual feedback on projects throughout the semester to let students know how they are doing in the class and ways they could improve. This system, focusing on learning, improvement, and progress throughout the entire semester, would be more beneficial for educating students because less emphasis would be placed on grades, allowing for more creativity and exploration. There is always room for improvement in the education system. Some of the best ways to improve university courses involve less emphasis on exams, more projects that allow for personalization, and less focus on grades. These 3 relatively simple changes would greatly assist the education of students and would help prevent cramming and other study methods that don't facilitate learning.